it's Christine Ruiz with ChristineDeco.com. Although I am going to have a probably new website. Well, not probably. Working on a new website and some other things. So that's where I've been. I'm not on Facebook Live. But I hope everyone had a great weekend, had a great start to their Monday. Today is... Hey, Akil. Today is Monday, April 2nd, 2018. I started saying the date so that I remember when I look back at these videos what day it is. So yeah, the topic, and Akil, how are you doing? How is the weather in Georgia? I don't know if you guys saw my post this morning. It was snowing, and not just like play snowing, it was really snowing this morning. Now it's 3:38 in the afternoon, and there is pretty much not much traces of snow. Like, it melted, it stopped, it melted. I didn't have to do any shoveling or brushing off the car, so it pretty much cleaned itself up, which is nice because I was just not in the mood to shovel. But it's kind of crazy, like it's April, and we're still dealing with snow. I think this is the last of the snow though, at least for my area. I don't think we're gonna get any more snow. I think it's gonna not be warm, but at least not cold enough to snow after today, so that's nice. And yeah, this weather is just crazy and a little bit unpredictable. But other than that, the weather, Dane has also reached a new height in his crawling adventures and climbing adventures, I should say, because he's climbing and crawling over, out of, and onto everything. I was just chilling in the living room with him, thought he was playing, looked up, and he had already gotten himself in his high chair and halfway buckled himself in, so that was interesting. Then you guys know I had this cool playpen that's sort of shaped like that thing that lands on the moon, you know how it's spread out, so that if they try to climb it, it's harder to, and it doesn't tip over. Well, it didn't tip over, but he definitely was like teetering over the edge, and I think he was confused because he didn't know how he could safely get down, so he just stayed there. So that was interesting. He climbs in the windowsills. You know, we have like a little landing in the window, so he thinks that's his stage now. So that's trying. That's, you know, a new level of toddlerhood. It's been a while since I've had a toddler in the house, so just remembering that they do everything when you least expect it. But yeah, he's enjoying it. So, hi India, how are you doing? I was just talking about Dane. Hold on, I want to say hi, Dane. My buddy Dane over there. Say hi. Or not. How he likes to hang out on the windowsill and sometimes stand up and yell at people as they cross the street, kind of like a puppy. Yes, I'm talking about you. So that's what we're doing now. And I guess on to my last thing, meditation. So what was that thing? Friday we had off, everyone had off, including my husband, so that was really nice. But Friday, Saturday, Sunday schedule was completely thrown off in the morning, because normally, even on the weekends, I take the time. Hey buddy, love it. Yes, normally, even on the weekends, stop licking the window. Kids are gross. I don't know if I don't remember Ava doing this stuff, but kids are gross. Hi, Tamara. Sorry. He's like licking the window. That's a whole nother topic. I am transitioning our household into greener, safer products, just because he's into everything and touching everything, and then I feel bad because if I use the regular stuff and he's licking the windows, I don't want him getting all those chemicals. So I already placed an order, and if anyone has questions, not questions, but if you guys, fellow parents, want to know about some green, safe products, let me know, because I just found some the end of last week. So I ordered some, and I'm looking forward to just re-cleaning everything with stuff that's just safer for him, because Lord knows he's licking and touching and picking up everything. But anyhow, I normally meditate every day, even on the weekends. I still set my alarm. I wake up before everybody else in the house so I can meditate and like start my day. And Friday I didn't, Saturday I didn't, Sunday I didn't, and hold on, let me get him before he falls out. And I should say my formal meditation. I didn't do it, and I just have been feeling sort of all over the place, out of sorts. Not very centered and focused, but this morning, even though the kids are on spring break, and so I didn't have to get up to drop anybody off, I was like, you know what, I'm going to take the time to meditate and do what I need to do. But it also made me think about the fact that even for those of us who don't formally meditate, meaning take the time to listen to a guided meditation, listen to music and close your eyes and focus, in reality, we do all meditate. And I say that because whatever we take the time to think about and to think about continuously and constantly, we can meditate on good things, we can meditate on bad things or stressful things or things we don't want. And so just kind of thinking about, even for myself, being more mindful as to what I'm thinking about. You know what I mean? Because what you think about, you bring about. Thoughts become things. And so if you're constantly thinking about it, that's sort of what you materialize. And whether it's bills or a fear we have or something, just kind of being more cognizant of that and aware and choosing what we're going to meditate on. Choosing if we're going to meditate on the good, the things that we want to experience and have and be, or if we're going to meditate on the things we don't want. Because bottom line is, if you spend all that time focusing on what you don't want, you're only helping to bring it to you. You're only helping to materialize it and manifest it. So it just made me think to be more mindful of that, because I just kind of, like I said, I felt out of sorts because I wasn't taking the time to formally, really take that designated time out to meditate. But like I said, in reality, we all do. And I can think of plenty of situations in the past, and even not too long ago, where it's very likely that I manifested or brought about some issues or hardships for myself, just because I was thinking about it so much, thinking about that fearful situation of what I didn't want to happen, that sort of materialized it. So I wanted to bring that up and have, just something to think about, something to consider, that meditation is essentially, by definition, the focused thought of something. And while everyone doesn't consider themselves someone who meditates, in reality, we all do. And I think knowing that, having the knowledge of that, being more mindful and picking and choosing what we want to meditate about, what we want to meditate on. So I definitely have taken a conscious effort in choosing, even if situations happen, because that's life. Life throws you curveballs. Life threw us snow on a spring morning, and that wasn't necessarily something that was expected. Well, I guess weather forecast, we knew about last week, but still, it's just not the norm. It's spring break, so I had plans of going to the park and certain things that I wanted to do, and I think we'll still be able to do some of it, but just using that analogy with life. We might not always have time to formally sit down and carve out time to meditate and be still and be quiet. But when we find ourselves zoning out of what we're doing or what's in front of us, and we're thinking about something, to stop and be aware of it. If it's something that we don't want to focus on, then to tell ourselves change. And to, at that point in time, once you're aware, to choose instead, stop it, reverse it, and to choose instead what we do want, or to take that time to just say a prayer and think about, say a prayer and claim or affirm what we do want to come out of the situation. Dang, I can't see. Oh Lord, okay, I don't know if y'all can see me past his hair. But I feel like I'm like looking through a forest. But taking that time to just affirm. I know I shared before, and maybe a few times, my book list on my blog of books that I read, and one of the ones that I've technically finished reading it, but I just keep it, I keep it on my Kindle, and I keep the book with me pretty much every day, and everywhere I go, is the one by Catherine Ponder. The Dynamics of Prosperity, or the Dynamic Laws of Prosperity. And there's just so many good. And hi, because I think, I don't know if that's you, Latoya, or somebody. I'm talking. That's how Dane feels about the situation. All right. I guess I'm gonna get off soon, now he decides to be a chatterbox. But I do like that book because it has so many good affirmations for different things, different topics, whether it's health, beauty, I guess beauty meaning just sort of beauty, health, finances, conflicts, resentment, forgiveness, just so many different things that there are really good affirmations for, and it addressed pretty much every topic that I can think of. And it's funny because the book is like old. I think it was written in the 30s or the 40s maybe, or maybe it's not. It's right after the Depression, I think. I think that's when that book was written, or she started writing it. But I just find it fascinating that, you know, how it's not the first time that books that are written so long ago can be so relevant or so helpful. Only thing is, it's funny to read when she talks about someone having a hardship paying their mortgage, and in the book the mortgage was $40, which $40 was a mortgage then, so clearly money wasn't, you know, just the inflation and stuff, so that was a hardship for someone at the time. But it's just funny because I think $40, imagine that being a mortgage payment. That sounds great. But that's the only thing kind of funny when I'm reading the book, and the price comparisons and just how money has changed so much, or the prices of things. But yeah, I was posting in one of my groups that I'm a part of, that's sort of like a not even a mastermind, but just sort of a group for business people who are also about the heart and mind of business, not just the financial part. Hey Iffy, and if you saw this post, but how the post talked about oftentimes we look to others and outside of ourselves for the answer, for success, for encouragement, for knowledge, for so many things that in reality we have in ourselves. And there's other times that others look to us. People look to me, others look to ourselves for encouragement and knowledge and success in so many things that they too already have within them. And in that post, when I talked about it, it just made me think about how they always say, you know, scientists say we only use about 10% of our potential. I know, yeah, thanks Iffy, and you always give good feedback, so thank you. But yeah, scientists say we only use about 10% of our abilities, of our energy, of our intelligence that we tap into, and I definitely believe it. And I think it could be life, and it could be systems, you know, governmental, all this type of systems that at times probably stop us from believing in ourselves and even attempting to tap into our potential. But I think it's things like meditation and reading and exposing, hi Rosalind, and exposing ourselves to different books and just things that make us think and help us to stretch and grow as a person, that helps us to tap into that energy and that what we have just a little bit more. So I would like to say maybe I'm not at that 10% anymore, maybe I'm tapping into 11%, I don't know. But regardless, just kind of just remembering, and sometimes things might seem quirky and it's like, oh, I don't know, what if it will work, what if it doesn't work, but what if it does? So whether it's meditation or it's guided meditation, whatever it is, just even if you can't formally meditate, realizing that whatever we spend a lot of our time and heart and energy on, we are in a sense meditating on it. We are thinking on it. We're attaching emotions to it and feelings, and that helps to materialize things. So if knowing that knowledge, be mindful of what we're thinking of, and we find ourselves, like I said, drifting off and getting caught into a thought or a feeling, or daydreaming in a sense. Hey Shakay, just realizing that in itself is a form of meditation. We are focusing our mind and our energy and our feelings or emotions on something, and at any time we can decide to change that, to change the thoughts we have about it, the emotions we attach to it, the feelings we put on it. Oftentimes we relive the past and we allow it to get us upset all over again and all these things, but it's the past, it's already occurred. So anything and any power that it now has is because we're giving it that power. So just like we can find ourselves getting mad all over again and getting sad all over again, we can also choose to say, what did I learn from this? How did I grow from this? And if it hurt, how can I not repeat this? how can I choose or do differently if I'm ever in a situation again, or this dilemma or whatever it is. But before I start rambling, because Dane has now grabbed something else that he's about to tear up, I'm going to log off. But I hope everyone has already had a great Monday and a great remainder of the Monday. And as always, if you guys aren't in my email list, because I have several, send me a message or comment and let me know. I did send some emails out last week. I have, like I said, I'm working on my ebook for child modeling, and I sent out not just some pointers last week, but also a few castings that I had heard about. One was for Philly, one was for Atlanta for Bobby Brown's story. So I'm not a casting agent or director or any of that stuff, but being that Dane is in the industry, sometimes I will get contacted or I will hear about casting calls that, while he might not be a good fit or eligible for, other people might. So I am always happy to share those opportunities when I hear about them. But you know, I don't do a lot of posting of links and spamming, so if you guys are interested in that type of thing, I have one, like I said, for kind of the whole parent group who's interested in child modeling. I have a list, email list for that, and then I have, you know, a separate one for business and mindset, and I even have a separate one for skincare and one for health and wellness, all the different things I'm into. So if any of those things are of interest, or you know someone who's interested in any of those things, always feel free to direct them towards me. They can sign up on my website, or you can send me a DM. But okay, now Dane's got my journal, so he's about to start to tear up my stuff. Talk to you guys later. Bye.